already. Hello. Okay guys, good evening. Welcome to Xeng Yung channel again. So today I'm wearing specs because one of my eye is red. So today we're going to talk about property. It's a very interesting topic and hope you guys enjoy it. So now we're going to focus on one small country which I stay in, which is Singapore. I want to talk about Singapore property. Alright. Now put yourself in a head as a foreigner. Okay, those Singaporean watching, just enjoy lah the video. Okay, so those foreigners, I'm talking to you Malaysians. Hello Malaysian friends, and also anyone that is not from Singapore lah, including Singapore PR. Okay, Singapore PR is not considered a Singapore citizen, so this is for you. Okay, first thing first, we're gonna talk about why should you buy property in Singapore. Okay, so I give you two reasons today. Okay, first reason is Singapore, the land is very scarce. It's very limited land, right? Singapore is an island located in Southeast Asia, and it's a small island just off the coast of Malaysia. Okay, so limited land. So I want to ask you all one question: how big is Singapore? How many square kilometers is Singapore? Okay, pause the video and guess it yourself. Okay, that's it. Alright, Singapore is 721 square kilometers. Okay, to give you an example of comparison, okay, Hong Kong is 1,106 square kilometers. So in fact, right, Hong Kong is actually larger than Singapore. But if you compare the price difference between Singapore and Hong Kong is like just way up there. It's skyrocketing. Okay, Hong Kong is very expensive. The property is the most expensive in the world. It's number one. So why is Hong Kong more expensive? But in terms of land area, Singapore has limited land. So that's because the government has implemented public housing, which makes the property market lukewarm, not too hot like Hong Kong. Okay, Singapore is also land scarce, so that's one major reason why you should buy in Singapore. Second major reason, Singapore is a global city. Okay, what I talk about global city, right, is the city where all the expats come to work, live and play and invest in businesses. Cities like London, New York, Paris, which one again? Hong Kong, right? So these cities, right, they are global cities. People come and invest. People come and work, because they can get high pay, and then they come to invest because they know they're going to get more money. Talking about real estate, right? Talking about property, right? Property increases where there is an increase in population, right? So you have a very fast increase in population, then it plays in supply and demand. The rent increases, the property price increases. Why? Because there is more demand than the supply. So because Singapore land is so limited, so the supply of properties is not so much. There is only how much they can build on top of Singapore. The demand is increasing because everyone goes to these global cities to come and work. Okay, to come and work, to do business lah. Singapore is a global city. So that's the two reasons. Now I'm going to talk about types of properties that foreigners should focus on in Singapore. Okay, first we talk about public housing. In Singapore they call HDB, Housing Development Board. So they call it HDB, public housing. Okay, this residential housing is made by the government under the HDB program, and when they build this, foreigners cannot buy unless you become PR. Then yes, you can buy, but I would not suggest to invest in public housing. Okay, why? Simple reason. So for Singapore citizens, they have a privilege whereby they're getting this HDB, right, way cheaper. Already have grants by the government. Okay, foreigners that become Singapore permanent resident, SPR, okay, we can buy these properties but only second hand, and you have to get married and you have to be 3 years SPR, Singapore permanent resident. So I would advise not to buy lah, because the thing is citizens have grants and then you don't have grants. But to each his own, whether you can afford it or not. So you can always start with property lah, public housing lah. But it's not recommended. So I'm gonna tell about private properties in Singapore. Okay, the best of the best of private properties is called a gold class bungalow. So it's a GCB. Okay, this one foreigners cannot touch. Okay, because it's a landed property. So within Singapore, you want to buy landed, you have to be a Singaporean citizen. Okay, but special case foreigners can. They can apply to the Land Development Authority unit. Okay, LDAU. They can apply and then buy this type of gold class bungalows. Okay, very big bungalows on big pieces of land in Singapore lah. But this one only if you make an economic contribution worthy for you to buy a gold class bungalow. Okay, so it's not like any Tom and Jerry can come and buy as long as he or she has the money. No, it's not like that. So that's gold class bungalow. Now we're talking about other private properties. Okay, there is a detached house, semi-detached house, terrace house. This is all land type. Okay, or you can buy strata title, meaning condominiums, apartments, townhouses, cluster housing, strata detached house, strata semi-detached, mixed strata landed, and strata terrace housing. Okay, so these are the properties that foreigners can buy without being a Singapore citizen or without being a Singapore PR. Okay, so that's it for residential property. Now we go to the most interesting topic. Okay, there's actually a third class. Okay, not only residential, where we got public housing and private property. Also have the third class, which is commercial property. Okay, commercial property is office buildings, industrial buildings, retail, shop lots, hotels, service apartments, shopping mall. So these are commercial properties. Okay, so why commercial property is like a safe haven? It's like you're putting gold in. You're putting gold in Singapore, right? But instead of buying gold, right? Because gold you need someone to take care. You buy a commercial property, because when you buy a commercial property, right, you don't have a thing called ABSD. This is by the government. They impose additional buyer's stamp duty, okay, to private property owners that are foreigners. Okay, as if you are a foreigner, you got additional buyer's stamp duty. And when you want to sell your private property, you got this thing called additional seller's stamp duty. Okay, talking about stamp duty, right? For private property, you have that. That's why, not say you cannot buy lah. You can buy, okay? You can buy a private property, but then know that the government is going to tax you higher. Okay, you're going to pay more than the average Singaporean citizen. So by that, your margins to earn from that property is lower than the average Singaporean citizen. Okay, so that's why commercial property, you don't have this thing, ABSD, okay, additional buyer's stamp duty. Okay, so these are the three types of properties, right? I talk about what? Public housing, not recommended for foreigners. Talk about second one, private properties. Yes, foreigners can buy, those that are rich, because it's expensive. And what I mean by expensive is that when you buy, you have to pay extra, more expensive than the average Singaporean citizen. So yes, you can buy, but it's gonna cost you. The last one is commercial property. So commercial property is the most open market one. When you buy, you will buy as the same as the Singaporean citizen. So I've been learning this. I went to a course by the Council of Estate Agencies itself. It's called the RES course, Real Estate Salesperson course. So I'm just regurgitating what I learned. Okay, so I'm learning and then just informing you guys, because you guys are my viewers, and I know our channel is talking about personal finance, and I really think that property is one of those key financial vehicles to make you rich. Not only rich lah, to manage your finances well. So take care guys, hope you guys find this helpful. Do subscribe to X and Yung, and ciao.